Lead fever coming at ya.
Subscribe to Papa's YouTube channel.
We're out.
All right, everybody, this is John with Lead Fever. Finally got to get out here with this little bullpup. I have 4 magazines loaded up. That's 36 rounds. With this JSB Exact Jumbo Heavy Diablo, they're the 18.1 grains. I was out here Thursday night, and the wind was terrible. It was 18, 20 miles an hour. The scope that I had wasn't working out. The scope rail is a Weaver width scope rail. So, and I'm sorry about the glare from the fluorescent lights. Might change the angle that I'm filming at to try to get rid of some of that. But there's the little bullpup. And I did get to test some different ammos somewhat effectively, and found out that this JSB 18.1 grain is what it really seems to like. So we're going to do this. We're going to do six round groups. These are 9 round magazines, so that's the odd number. Got the chronographs set up. We want to get our velocities and our extreme spreads and our standard deviations. And I do have a new scope. I had a little cheap CV Life, the 6 to 24 or 5 to 25 by 50, the AO, and it was just junk. So this is a new CV Life scope. It's the Bear Power. It's the 5 to 25 by 50. And I'm telling you, I'm blown away by how clear it is and by how usable the reticle is. The reticle is just absolutely stunning on it. It's become my favorite scope in just a few minutes. I zeroed it and that's it. So we're down there at 50 yards and we're going to get this thing going. Might as well do this at 50. There ain't no sense in trying it at 25. These air rifles usually shoot at 25, but I'm going to do it at 50. So I hope we have some luck. So give me a minute and we'll get this thing going. All right, I got the chronograph ready. And with this scope, for whatever reason, I can use my glasses with it. I know that's crazy, but I can use my scope with this one. I've got to get me a different front bag for this thing somehow. This front bag doesn't like this little old stock. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to start off, but I'm going to purge the gun first, a couple shots, just to get the reg set. All right, now, one thing about these, you have got to make sure you don't short stroke it, or you'll load one in there and won't have the trigger set, and then you'll put another one in there and double feed. I've done that a couple times. So let's get down there, get going. Very first target there on the top left. Let me simmer down here and see what I can do. We do have about 3 mile an hour wind. It's not bad. I don't think it'll affect us too bad. And we're just shooting for groups. I ain't worried about whether I get it in the bullseye or not. More shot. All right, our standard deviation is 1.3 right now. That's amazing. And these things do seem to come from the factory tuned for an 18 grain projectile. Let's get the second group here and let me shut up so I don't mess it up. I think that one dropped in velocity for some reason. Or one was, okay, that was that magazine. So that's 3. We got to get 3 more on that group. If I can remember how to count. Make it still here. I'm not used to this kind of rest. I don't have anything to hold my rifle level. All right. All right, now we've got a standard deviation of 1.4. That's 12 shots. This little stock works on this rear bag pretty good. And this trigger is pretty nice. So what I'm saying, for the money that these things cost, I think they punch way above their weight. Now these pellets are not beat up like the other ones I had, but the weights aren't all consistent. We need to sort some and see what happens then. Now that one fell in velocity just a little bit. And it went high, so I don't understand that. Hope we ain't off the regulator all right already. Shot count on this thing is not all that good, I will say that. All right, new magazine. The SD is 1.7 right now. Let me look at the gauge. I hate the gauge being up front, but yeah, we should have enough pressure to get these 2 more magazines in there. All right, 4th group. I can't get over how clear this scope is. And the reticle on it's got a little tiny center dot, and everything is backed off away from it as far as the stadia lines. And I'll probably wind up buying a couple more because they're only $199. This thing actually looks better than my son's Vortex Strike Eagle. I know you think I'm crazy. Well, there is a flyer. SD is still 1.6 though. So, let's get over on that next group. This dot fits perfectly in that center circle down there. Okay, this group is falling apart for some reason. We still have an SD of 1.8. That's pretty incredible out of a cheap $300 air rifle. I did polish the barrel on this. I couldn't wait. That group there is the worst one so far. Let's see if we can finish it off on a strong note. That still ain't bad for 50 yards. All right, we've got 6 more. Let's hit that last group down there. And we'll go pull it and measure it and talk about it. I'm just glad I finally got to get it out here without any wind. The last couple of days was crazy. 35, 40 mile an hour winds here. I am struggling with my glasses just a little bit. What happened there? That didn't sound right. Did I double load? I don't think I did. Something wasn't right. We ruined our SD. It's 9.9 now. It was 1.7. We're running off the regulator. Yeah, 815. That last shot was 815. We were up at 867 most of the time. I don't know what happened there, folks. We had 36 shots. Must have been a bad pellet. Either that or I didn't have the lever all the way forward or something. That still don't look bad. We got that one last flyer, that last group, so let's stop it. Go down there and look, and this is crazy. We had a 1.7, 1.8 standard deviation out of 34 shots. And then that 35th shot ruined it. Now we have a 13.9 because of that one, and then the last one dropped down to 815. So let me make sure that's open. And we're on safe. And I'm going to look at my regulator, or my gauge. Yeah, my gauge has dropped all the way off. So, this thing is supposed to get, they say 80 shots. 34 is what we got with 18 grain, which ain't bad for such a small tank. I think it's a 280 cc. But the way this thing is tuned with the hammer spring and everything in our air tank back here is condensating. That might be what happened. I bet we got water in there. That's exactly what happened. We're condensating really bad here. This thing is it's dripping wet. So let me go pull that target and we'll see what we got. I'll measure it up and I'll get back with you. I hate that it ruined that SD. On the 34th shot, I looked over at it and it was either 1.7 or 1.8 and had kept that pretty much through the whole thing till that crazy shot, and I just figured it out. It was water. It got water in it. I'll be right back. All right, folks. I'm sorry about the shadows and stuff here, but here's what we got out of that, and here's what I figured out. After shot 28, we fell off the regulator. So 28 shots is what you've got for accurate shots. So I deleted all the other shots after that, and we wound up with an average of 865.8, a minimum of 862.5, a max of 868.8, a standard deviation of 1.8, and an extreme spread of 6.2. So I may crank the hammer spring up a little bit, get it up around 870, 875, and see what we do next time. But if you look here, that's not bad. Even though we fell off the reg after shot 28 over here, we still had decent groups. And that kind of doesn't make sense. But our first, and these are all 6-round groups, six round groups, 36 shots total. Our first one is a .3, a .336, a .423, a .453, a .439, and a .588. And if we throw this flyer out down here, this last shot that you can see down here, you can barely see it because the paper folded back in when I laid it down. We throw that out, that was a .340. So we wound up with a .426 overall average out of all 36 shots. Had we thrown this flyer right here out, it would have been a .384 average out of 36 shots. Even though we fell off the reg, it was still shooting good. So that kind of blows me away. So I'm going to try some different pellets in here. It does like these, and I think for 50 yards, a cheap gun like that, I think that this little thing is doing good. There's what we got right there with the CV Life scope on it, and I don't know, folks, if you've ever tried one of these Bear Power scopes, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't tried one for the money, you can't go wrong. It's my favorite scope now, and I've got some decent Athlon target scopes. Of course, they're not Vortex or Leupold or Trijicon or Night Force or anything like that, but I'm happy with them. But this one here blows me away for the price. And this little rifle is, it's a decent rifle. We was condensating so bad over there, I have water just pouring off the side of it. So that shot number 35, that's exactly what happened. It got a big pool of water in there and shot it out, and that's why it sounded the way it did. When I got here, it was 64 degrees. It's like 48 degrees now, 48 or 50. So that's lead fever. That's what we got this time. We'll get this little thing back out again. I got to do some 22 stuff. I got to get my other air rifle out, but I need to do some more stuff with this. I'm really impressed with it for what it is. Folks, if you ain't picked one of these up, I think it's a good buy. I really do. I mean, it's not a high-grade rifle by no means. But for 300 bucks, and if you use the code LF15, if you look in my description and use that link, you can go over and purchase anything on Pinty's site, and you get 15% off. So that will make this thing like $255. I think that's a pretty good deal. And I've got a moderator coming from Big Air Precision, a barrel band. I don't think I really need the barrel band because if you look at this thing, the barrel comes through these aluminum brackets right here, and they're enclosed in it. It's a circular cut, and it's clamped up in there. It's tight from here to here, and then it's got this shroud, and the barrel ends right about there. It's 18.1 inches, and it comes all the way back to right here. So it's pretty well supported, but I am going to put the moderator on it, and Big Air Precision has 10-round magazines for this thing. I have 5 of those coming, and 5 or 6, I forget how many. And a moderator, you take the baffles out. This thing's got 8 baffles up here, from about here to here, stacks of metal baffles, and it's not very loud. It's not a loud rifle, but it's got these holes back here, and it puffs air out at you. If you take like a Mr. Clean, one of those erasers, the white thing, and cut it to fit around the barrel and slide it back here and cover these up, that makes it super quiet. And then the Big Air Precision moderator I'm going to get to put on here, it takes the place of all these baffles and comes back into here and then sticks out this way a little bit. So I think that'll help it quieten it down. It might even improve the performance of it. I don't want to keep you any longer. This is John with Lead Fever. I hope y'all enjoy this. I sure enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun out here at night. Wind wasn't bad, so it turned out pretty good. God bless everybody. Hope you have a wonderful week, and we will get you some more videos up soon. This Lead Fever, we're out.